Hello everybody, welcome back to another vlog, this time in summer. I know every time I come back to you it's a different season, but I promise I'm working on not doing that because seeing me 4 times a year is probably just so terrible for you, I know. It's hot here in Jorvik. I'm literally sweating my box-dyed blonde hair off right now. We have a very busy day, a lot of things to discuss, and I have a few announcements that I'm probably gonna save for the middle of the video because I don't want to start off on a sad note, I think, so yeah, I'm gonna save that. Other than that, I feel like it's our routine to start out with riding Brainley. Last time I left you guys, he was just getting back from being lame for a very long period of time, and we were just getting back into the swing of things. He's doing a lot better now. I think this is going to be our last ride where we only do flat, and we'll probably be back to jumping next time I see you guys, so probably next week.
The day is breaking softly and the night is glowing true. I feel a million eyes, but I can just see you. No rain, no thunder, it's just your light, your voice. The heaven of our kiss, the wonder of our choice. So breathe, 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 darling, you can make my love your home. Make my love your home.
Okay, so now it's recap time of our ride. So already off the bat, you can tell he's a lot less stiff than he was the last time I rode on camera for you guys. He just felt a lot better to ride too this time around. He felt a lot more flowy and more comfortable, but that could also just be me and my equitation because I haven't been riding him as much as usual, and you know, when you don't ride a horse for a while, you just kind of forget how they feel, I guess. I don't know. In general, the ride was really good. He was a really good boy. He listened. I mean, he's a miracle worker as it is. I can feel that the poundages are coming off. He's getting a little less chonky, and hopefully by fall or even winter, if time prevails, he will be fit and ready and back to where he was with his little athletic build, and then we can get back to eventing. But only time will tell. I'm a busy woman and Rainley's a fat horse, so who knows? Next on the list today, I actually have a big surprise announcement kind of thing. If you follow me on Instagram, which you should go do because I post a lot on there, I have a big mouth, you would know that I actually received a Mustang from the Jorvik Mustang Makeover. If you're not sure what a Mustang Makeover is, it's basically you get a Mustang, they're completely untrained, and you have like a few months to train them, and then you can do whatever you want with the Mustang after it's trained. It's a fun thing. It's good. It's a good learning experience, especially since I have so many students. They work with the Mustang and all, so I'm gonna introduce you to our little boy Gaz.
Flowers you brought my stomach in knots. You never seem to be scared.
So this is Gaz. He's only 4 years old from what I've discovered, and that could be inaccurate. He could be 3 or 5, but we're gonna go with 4 as a safe haven here. When I joined the Jorvik Mustang Makeover, I was expecting a horse on the caliber that Bones was when I first got him, you know, like untouchable, kind of crazy, a few screws loose. But no, Gaz is probably the sweetest Mustang I have ever met in my life. Not to say that they're mean horses, you know, they just have a spirit on them, especially when you get them wild. But literally, you would think this horse had been around people all his life. He is the sweetest thing ever. I have not ridden him yet because we're not at that point, but he does follow me around. He doesn't really get along with the other horses. It's not really his fault. They just kind of pick on him because he's kind of smaller and scrawny. But fortunately, Wade does have a Mustang he bought back in December as like a reining prospect, I think, something like that. His name is Rudy, and they have become the best of friends. They share a pasture and a run-in together, and they are just living their lives. They are just like in love with each other. I don't really know at the moment what is going to become of Gaz. I'm gonna start him under an English saddle, and then Wade's gonna start him under a Western one. We don't want to confuse him too much, but it's good for him to have both because, again, his discipline is completely undecided. Wade gives Western lessons here at the FLEC, and I give, the English part of things, so maybe if he's versatile enough, we can use him for both, but I have the deepest gut feeling he'll probably become another Ranger horse, but again, only time will tell. It's just that the Rangers use Mustangs for everything because they're so used to the terrain, but like I said, who knows, he's still a baby and there's still a lot that has to be done, so I'm not trying to put all of my eggs in one basket just yet. So the next two things I'm going to talk about are not very lighthearted, and there's a more serious tone to these two topics. The first one has to do with just the FLEC and changes being made here and the future going forward, and the second has to do with Wade and Bones. Some of you probably know what I'm talking about when I say Wade and Bones, and I'm sure you're terrified of what I'm about to say. So about 2-ish weeks ago, I announced that my co-owner Georgia Blueland would be leaving the FLEC and going her own way. So yes, she is leaving. If you don't know who Georgia was, she was the co-owner of the FLEC. She was my right-hand man for about 2 years, and we are childhood friends. She did a lot for me, she did a lot for my horses, she did a lot for this place. There's no bad blood between us, there's nothing scandalous going on. She just wanted to leave and do her own thing and do some soul searching. She just felt like her place wasn't here anymore and that she needed room to grow, which is totally understandable, and we all wish her the best. She is going to come back and visit Sam when she can because Sam is her horse, and honestly, Georgia is a saint for letting him stay here. It is in the talks that he will eventually be moving to wherever Georgia ends up because, again, he is her horse, and that is the truth of it. Okay, now moving on to the Wade and Bones situation, I'm gonna explain this the best I can with what I've gotten from Wade. He still hasn't told me every single detail of what has happened because I'm sure it's very hard for him at the moment, but he gave me the okay to tell you guys, and like I said, I'm going to do my best to reiterate everything he said to me. If you're new here, Wade is my husband. He's a Jorvik Ranger, one who's very high up. He's been in the Rangers since he was 17 and he's now 26, so he's coming up on 10 years of service. He has a horse named Bones that I rescued 2 years ago and eventually gave to him. They hit it off and now they work together. So if you've been following my videos, you know about 2-ish, 3-ish months ago, Wade was deployed and he was supposed to be gone until fall of this year, but obviously he's not. He's back home early due to a few situations. He was deployed for a long period of time because Jorvik had a situation of wildfires. There were just so many happening, and then in the off season, no less, they were popping up in Redwood, the Hollowwoods, anywhere there were trees, they were just popping up everywhere. They actually turned out to be arson. At this point in time, while these wildfires were happening, the fire squad and the Jorvik Rangers actually went missing. Now, when I was Jorvik Ranger, when I was 18 to 19, I was actually a fire squad recruit in training, but I left before I could finish that, so as it turned out, the fire squad actually had gotten trapped in Redwood while trying to save a herd of Jorvik wilds, and they sadly passed away. Among those lost was actually Wade's mentor named Rita. She actually helped us rescue Sam and rescue Gail, so it was very heartbreaking. Right after that happened, Wade actually lost his recruit he was training named Damien due to smoke inhalation. And then on top of that, during that entire rescue mission of trying to find Damien, Bones somehow ended up losing his eye. I don't know the full story. I'm gonna assume maybe an ember flew into his eye and the rest is history, but as of right now, Bones only has one eye. He's been such a troop, you would never really think that he'd lost an eye. He's acting like nothing really happened, and he's the same old Bones we know, but it's still devastating. That's pretty much it for depressing things. I've really just been trying to keep Wade's mind off of everything that happened. And that being said, I'm going to take your mind off of it now and give you a full update on Circe. So little Circe, she has pretty much grayed out. She is about around the age where it's time to start weaning her away from Gale because you can see Gale is just, she's over it. Circe pretty much just spends her days now being fluffy and running around and annoying her mother. She definitely takes after Sam's build and Gale's color, and the vet said she's gonna be a huge horse, so can't wait for that. Circe is another horse that does not have her future determined, and I doubt she will for a very long time, especially considering she's gonna be a Percheron and a Shire mix, so there's not much you can do with that. It's not like she's gonna be pulling carriages or doing farm work, so we gotta figure something out. We just don't know what yet. Hi everybody, so the last thing I'm going to do for you today is kind of special, kind of not really. It's kind of stupid, but I'm here with Wade, the man himself.
Hey everyone.
He's just absolutely thrilled to be here. So recently I've taken an interest in learning how to ride Western just so we can relate more and do more couples activities, I guess. He rides a little bit of English, but I haven't really delved into Western. The last time I sat in a Western saddle was probably when I was a Jorvik Ranger. And that wasn't even really Western riding. Wade's been giving me Western lessons on and off, and today he's gonna give me one in front of you guys.
This should be comical.
He's a Rainer, if you couldn't tell. They always have an attitude. So for this lesson, I actually rode Wade's old horse named Ghost. He's retired now, and he's just used for lessons for beginners. Wade has had Ghost since he was like 12 years old, so Ghost is kind of old?
You look so upright on him, Jesus.
Okay, well, he isn't the smoothest ride.
Lean back, lean back.
I can't lean back. Western saddles are literally the weirdest thing, and like, his head is so low. I'm so used to what?
I don't care if the saddle's weird. I think English saddles are weird and I deal with it.
That's a lot coming from the guy who has the worst 2-point I've ever seen on any man.
Stop riding his neck. What are you doing?
Something called an attempt.
Ghost is genuinely the easiest horse I've ever met, and you're butchering it. You want to try a spin?
Do you think I'm ready for the spin?
Do the spin.
I'm gonna do the spin.
That was horrific, but you're getting it, I think.
Gee, thanks. Your words mean so much.
Rise and listen to the sound.
So unfortunately, this is where we say goodbye for this week. I'm sorry it was shorter than usual and I didn't do as much as usual. Your girl's been busy. There's been a lot going on, a lot of things are changing, and I just really wanted to put a video out to let you guys know what was going on, just give you a general update, and just, you know, to let you know I'm not dead. Thank you so much for watching. I definitely think I'll probably be back next week, if not the week after. I'm really trying to get a better schedule together, and I know I say that every video, but like I said, your girl's busy. I'm really trying here. But thank you guys for watching again. Thank you. Just thank you. I love you all so much. Make sure you read my description if you have any questions, because I promise if you have a question, the answer is in the description. So that is that. I will see you guys later. Okay. Bye.
Love is bound, it isn't blind, no. Don't leave me drowning in the river. I don't know if I can swim back. You left me here.